A man runs 100 miles on broken legs, not because he has to, because he chose to. David Goggins has completed over 60 ultramarathons. He held the world record for pull-ups. He became a Navy SEAL after failing twice. But here's what most people miss about Goggins. His philosophy isn't about being tough. It's about a specific mental mechanism that anyone can use. And that mechanism has roots going back 2,000 years to the Stoics, to the Spartans, to every culture that understood one brutal truth about human potential. In this video, we're going to do three things. First, we'll identify the historical figures who share Goggins' mindset and what connects them across centuries. Second, we'll break down the exact mental mechanism Goggins uses, the one he calls the 40% rule. And third, I'll give you a practical framework you can use starting today. Not to become Goggins, but to unlock the part of yourself you've been avoiding. Because here's the stake. Most people die with their potential still inside them. Goggins is obsessed with making sure that doesn't happen to him. The question is, what about you? Let's start with an uncomfortable truth. The idea that comfort is dangerous is not new. The Spartans understood this 2,500 years ago. Their entire society was built on one principle: voluntary hardship creates strength. Spartan boys were taken from their families at age 7. They slept on hard ground. They were given minimal food, not as punishment, as training. The philosopher Seneca 2,000 years ago wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." He deliberately practiced poverty, sleeping on hard floors, fasting, cold exposure. Why? Because he believed comfort made the mind weak. Fast forward to Japan. The samurai had a concept called hagakure, the way of the warrior. They meditated on death every single day. Not because they were morbid, because confronting mortality eliminated fear. It made them fully present. Here's what connects all of these: Spartans, Stoics, samurai. They all discovered the same mechanism. The mechanism is this: your mind will quit long before your body does. And the only way to override that is practice. Now let's talk about Goggins specifically, because he didn't just rediscover this ancient wisdom, he gave it a name. He calls it the 40% rule. And it works like this. When your mind tells you you're done, when every fiber of your being says stop, you're actually only at 40% of your capacity. Think about that. Your brain's job is to keep you safe. It sends quit signals early, way early, as a survival mechanism. But here's the thing about modern life. We're not running from predators anymore. Those quit signals fire for a presentation at work, for a hard conversation, for a workout. The mechanism that kept our ancestors alive is now keeping us mediocre. Goggins discovered this during Hell Week in Navy SEAL training. His body was destroyed, his mind was screaming stop, but he kept going. And he found something on the other side, a version of himself he didn't know existed. He calls this the cookie jar. Every time you push past that 40% barrier, you put a cookie in the jar, a memory of what you're capable of. Next time life gets hard, you reach into that jar. You remember, I've done hard things before. I can do this. Here's what we've established so far. The 40% rule is real. Your brain lies to you, and the only way to prove it wrong is to push through, repeatedly. Now, you might be thinking, this sounds like toxic positivity, just push through. That's your advice. Fair. Here's why that critique doesn't fully hold. Goggins isn't telling you to ignore injury. He's telling you to examine the quit signal. Is it real danger? Or is it discomfort? There's research behind this. Studies on ultramarathon runners show they have no genetic advantage. What they have is trained pain tolerance. A 2018 study from the University of Kent found that mental fatigue directly impacts physical performance. Your mind literally makes your body weaker. But here's the flip side. Mental training can make your body stronger, beyond its physical limits. Look at Wim Hof, the Iceman. He climbed Everest in shorts. He ran a marathon in the desert without water. Doctors said it was impossible. When they studied him, they found he could consciously control his autonomic nervous system, something scientists previously thought impossible. Or consider Marcus Aurelius, Roman emperor. Most powerful man in the world, he wrote in his private journal, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." He ran an empire while practicing Stoic discipline. Every day, for 20 years, the pattern is consistent across history. Those who achieve extraordinary things share one trait. They learn to override the quit signal, not once, but as a practice. Now, here's where it gets personal. You know that voice in your head. The one that says tomorrow. The one that says you've done enough. The one that says this is fine. That voice is not your friend. It's your survival brain, and it's optimized for a world that no longer exists. Here's what Goggins understands that most people don't. Comfort is not the absence of pain. Comfort is the slow death of potential. Every time you choose the easy path, you teach your brain that you can't handle hard things. That becomes your identity. And identity is destiny. Goggins grew up in an abusive home. He was overweight. He was working as an exterminator, spraying for cockroaches. He had every excuse to stay comfortable. But he made a decision. He decided that the pain of staying the same was worse than the pain of change. That's the real insight. You're going to suffer either way. You can suffer the pain of discipline, or you can suffer the pain of regret. The difference is, discipline weighs ounces. Regret weighs tons. So what do you do with this? Let me give you something practical. A 3-layer approach. Layer 1, mindset. Start noticing when your brain sends the quit signal. Don't fight it. Just notice it. Ask yourself, is this real danger or discomfort? Most of the time, it's discomfort, and discomfort is just information. It's not a command. Layer 2, daily practice. Do one hard thing every day that you don't want to do. Cold shower, extra mile, difficult conversation, small deposits in your cookie jar. The goal isn't to suffer. The goal is to prove to yourself that you can handle more than you think. Layer 3, identity. Stop telling yourself you're not that kind of person. Every time you push through, you become that kind of person. Goggins calls this callousing the mind. Just like your hands get tough with work, your mind gets tough with challenge. Here's the final insight. You don't have to become Goggins. You don't have to run ultramarathons or become a Navy SEAL. You just have to stop lying to yourself about what you're capable of, because the truth is, you're capable of far more than you know. The only question is, will you stay comfortable, or will you find out what's on the other side of that 40%? The choice is yours. But remember, choosing not to choose is still a choice, and time is running out. Stay hard,